Hi friends, it's Johnny back with another video, and today it is time for another Florida Man video. So today I'm going to be doing a group that I haven't done in a while, and honestly I feel like a bit of a jinx for this group at this point because the last time I did a Florida Man on a group of them, bad news came out. The group in question is the Try Guys. Now, like I said, I feel like a bit of a jinx to them because the last time I did a fever dream on any of them, it was on the You Can Sit With Us podcast, right? Now, issue is, a week or two later is when the news came out about you-know-who. So, I feel like a bit of a jinx. And then, when I was preparing for this video, obviously I get information a while in advance, like I look up everyone's birthday, so I'm not sitting there trying to figure that out at the last minute. And let's just say, when I figured out one of the birthdays for this video, news came out about them, like literally 12 hours after I found the birthday, okay? So anyway, now you might be wondering what a Florida Man is, and by this point I'm wondering, have you not been watching? Listen, okay, I can't keep doing this, but I will for you, because I love you, okay? A Florida Man is anytime a news report or news article says, Florida Man does blank, and it's always something deranged or like just insane, that's a Florida Man. Now, I've been using them as a bit of a horoscope for some of my favorite YouTubers. So, now that you understand that logic, roll the intro. Before getting into anything, just know that this video ended up becoming not just the Try Guys, but Try Guys and friends, like, you know, people associating with the Try Guys, so just know that going in. Now, first up is Miles. Miles is the one that I looked up his birthday, and literally 12 hours later, he announced that he was leaving the Try Guys. Don't get me wrong, he's still in the podcast, but it's just funny that, like, literally 12 hours after I found his birthday is when he's like, I'm leaving the company. So again, I feel like a bit of a jinx for them, I'm sorry. But doing a simple Google search, I found out that Miles' birthday is September 6th. So, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida Man Miles is. And Miles, your Florida Man is... Naked Florida Man starts house fire while baking cookies on George Foreman grill. Is the naked part important to the story? I don't know, let's find out. Responding to a house fire last week, Niceville police officers and firefighters encountered an odd sight. When firefighters got to the home at around 5:30 p.m., they could see smoke coming from inside. A naked man opened the front door and said, I'm sorry, and closed the door. Okay? I mean, maybe he meant I'm sorry I'm naked, but I'm just picturing somebody like open the door, just like blankly stare at me and like, I'm sorry, and like close it back up, like they know they fucked up, you know? But also, you see fire and smoke coming out of this house, and this man literally opens the door and says, I'm sorry, and closes the door back up, like, what's going on there? Police officers arrived shortly after to assist. The man came to the door again, left it open, and went back into the house. Okay. Just answers the door. Did he put clothes on at that point? Maybe he said, I'm sorry, let me go get dressed. Like, I don't know. According to the offense report from the police department, the man showed no signs of understanding the danger he was in. Oh, that's fun. There were several things on fire inside the home, including some towels. Okay. I mean, to be fair, he did walk back into a flaming house. So, I guess, whatever. Kind of reminds me of the people that lived upstairs when we had the house fire. When mom and dad were like banging on the door trying to get them to like get out because the house is on fire. They were like, I'm tired, and like closed the door back up. Don't worry, they got out. They just didn't quite understand that the house is on fire, even though there was smoke billowing from behind them. Whatever. An officer detained the man and removed him from the house for his own safety. Firefighters said that if he had stayed in the home much longer, he could have possibly died from smoke inhalation. That's fun. In the report, an officer said, you know, come to think of it, when we had the house fire, none of us got treated for smoke inhalation, and we all breathed a lot of it in. Like, both my sister and my bed were like loft beds, and our heads were like up there in the smoke. And my parents had to run upstairs to get the tenants out. So we all had a good healthy dose of that smoke, and we were not treated for that. In the report, an officer said he and another officer were in the house for about 5 minutes and had a hard time breathing. Firefighters went inside with oxygen masks to remove the burning items. The men admitted to drinking 2 liters of vodka and smoking marijuana starting around 9 a.m. from 9 to 5. Okay, that's about 8 hours, I guess. That's 2 liters isn't that much. But between the alcohol and the marijuana, you know, like, what were you trying not to feel? You know, like, who hurts you? Like, I need both of these things together, plus some cookies. Like, what breakup were you going through? He was examined at the scene and had no life-threatening injuries. He refused further medical treatment. Okay, was he still, you know, a little elevated? Maybe that's why he wouldn't feel anything and he might feel something tomorrow or something. I don't know. These are just assumptions. But it is true that if he was still a little elevated, he wouldn't be feeling the adrenaline going through him, which is why he didn't understand what was going on fully. But it also means that he might not feel any pain that he might be experiencing at the moment. So when he wakes up tomorrow or you know, when he like sobers up a bit, that's when the pain will start to like set in. So hopefully he was okay. Based on the fire department's investigation, the man allegedly tried baking cookies on a George Foreman grill, which he left unattended. That would do it. The grill and cookies caught fire. The poor cookies. But without the cookies, how would the grill catch fire? Obviously, unless there was like an issue with the grill. If not, it's obviously going to be the thing that's on the grill catching fire. But whatever. The grill and the cookies caught fire. So he put dry towels on top of the grill. Those caught fire too, causing the fire to spread. Obviously. Who's like, you know what this fire needs? Do you know what this fire needs? Dry fabric. That'll stop it. Oh yeah, 100%. Could have at least dampened the towel so it wouldn't do that. But again, he was a little elevated, plus he was very drunk, so he wasn't in his right mind. Fine. And also, the naked aspect of the story had no purpose whatsoever. Like, the man's in his own home, high and drunk. He wasn't expecting company. Of course he's gonna be naked, okay? A lot of people get naked in their own home. That's a casual thing. Not me, of course, because, you know, no one sees me naked. No one. Not even me. That's why the only time I get naked is when I'm gonna go shower, which means I already took off my glasses. But yes, Miles, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that is deep down inside of you simply because of the day you were born. Somebody that gets so elevated, they don't even realize what is going on around their house. I don't think that's you. I think you get elevated, but you know what's happening, you know? I think you're aware. On to the next one. Next up, we have Rainy. And doing a simple Google search, I found out that Rainy's birthday is February 10th. Now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Rainy is. And Rainy, your Florida man is... Florida man finds message in a bottle washed up on a beach. Okay, that's pretty positive. I feel like after the Smosh one, we've been seeing a little more positivity. Hopefully. Let's see if it continues. A Florida man taking a walk on the beach with his dog found a glass bottle that turned out to contain messages written by 4 members of a family. Okay, can be cute and wholesome, or it can be, help, we're stranded in this boat, or stranded on this desert island. So it could be cute and positive, or it can take a turn. Let's continue reading. Redacted said he was walking with his golden retriever on the Flagler beach when he spotted the washed up bottle with multiple sheets of paper inside. The bottle didn't look like it had been in the water very long, as no buildup of any kind was on the outside. The message inside of the bottle turned out to have been written by a father, a mother, and 2 daughters. The notes were addressed to a deceased son. Dark and sad. Now, when they say 2 daughters, do they mean daughters of the guy, or like the guy's sisters? It doesn't really matter, I'm just curious. Redacted said the undated notes were written on Ritz-Carlton notepad pages. Okay, I don't know why that's important, but okay. He said he added his own note to the bottle, explaining where and when it had been found, and enlisted the help of a friend to have it returned to the water offshore. Okay, that's cute. Redacted said he hoped that the family who wrote the notes might hear about his discovery and know that their bottle is going to continue its journey soon. Okay, honestly, I'm like on the fence about that story. Hear me out for a second. Because on the one hand, it's kind of cute that he wrote his own note, like, hey, maybe it's like your family seems to love you or whatever and miss you and blah, blah, blah. You know, I found it here. I hope this reaches you someday or something like that. Maybe, who knows? On the other hand, he involved himself in something that he had no right to. if that makes sense, you know? Like, it's a very personal thing for a family who lost a family member that they were doing. You know, like, they decided to write a message to their dead son, brother, and or father, like, who knows. But this random man found that and felt the need to include his own note in there, be like, haha, I found it. Like, it's not a geocache, okay? It wasn't for you. It's kind of cute that you, like, did it, but at the same time, it's also kind of like, why are you involving yourself? Also, why is this a news article? Like, it feels very self-serving, if that makes any sense to you. Because to me, it just feels like I did a good thing. I found this message in a bottle that grieving family members threw into the ocean for their dead son slash brother slash father, whatever. And you know what? I opened it, read all their personal notes, and I wrote one myself. And hopefully the family finds out about this and knows that their bottle is back in the ocean. Because yes, they definitely knew that the bottle washed up on shore. They could have lived their whole life just thinking that it's out there somewhere drifting in the ocean. They didn't need to know that this guy's over here like, I found it, my hands are all over it, I'm writing my own note in there. Now there's 5 notes. One more. One's a little more special than the other 4. I wonder whose. It's me. Because I'm a good person. Like, I could be reading too much into it, honestly. I really can. Like, it seems like a cute thing at points, but it also feels kind of gross to me a little bit. But that's just me, maybe. But yes, Rainy, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside of you simply because of the day you were born. I'm sorry. Kind of. I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that one. But on to the next one. Next up, we have Kelsey. And doing a simple Google search, I found out that Kelsey's birthday is August 16th. Now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Kelsey is. And Kelsey, your Florida man is... Florida man arrested for dumping mountain of dirt on / inside of girlfriend's car. Again, the wording in these, sometimes, they need to work on it. It makes me confused. I have to think about it, I'm like, okay, let me reword this for myself, for my own mental health. But anyway, a 20-year-old man in Florida was arrested after he offloaded a mountain of dirt onto his girlfriend's car when she refused to talk to him. Oh, we got a petty one. Okay. You know, we've had a couple of nice ones and good ones, and we've had a couple of, like, real dark ones in the past. Now we got a petty one. I'm okay with this. I'm not okay with him dumping dirt on her car, but I'm okay with petty. This is a whole other level of petty, though. Okaloosa... Is that how you pronounce that? Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office says Redacted used the front end loader to dump a bucket full of what appeared to be red dirt all over the roof and into the open window of a white Cadillac his girlfriend drove to meet him at the location near Fill Dirt Inc., an excavating contractor company. Okay, so is it being red dirt important to the story? Because, like, some of these stories give you too many details that aren't necessary, and some of these stories don't give you enough details. They're just like, someone got arrested, do with that what you will. I'm like, okay, but why? How long are they in jail for? Am I safe? You know what I mean? Officials said Redacted's girlfriend showed up in the vehicle, which belonged to someone else. Oh, maybe I'm not on the girlfriend side. Let's find out. Let's keep reading. Refused to answer questions, and that led him to fill up the car's air vents, center console, and power windows with dirt. That still feels excessive, you know what I mean? That's not even petty at that point. That's just kind of like a felony, I think? Mischief? Man, I don't know. But what I do know is, like, if you want to go petty with it, like, go petty with it. Dumping a whole ass thing of dirt on somebody's car isn't petty, because she's gonna get in trouble for that. And that's a level of trouble that's not really fair for what's going on. Like, if you want to be petty, the next time you go see her or she sees you, take somebody else's car. Borrow your father's car, borrow your cousin's car, I don't care. Take somebody else's car and go see her. And then when she's like, whose car is that? Don't answer questions. Don't answer. She didn't want to answer you. You don't answer her. Point blank, period. But you don't have to dump a whole mountain of, like, red dirt. I don't know why specifically red dirt, but a whole mountain of red dirt on somebody else's car. Because are you going to be paying for their bills to clean that and, like, fix anything that got messed up from that? No. She probably can't afford that either, which is why she's probably borrowing somebody else's car. But that's just my opinion. The woman was not injured, the sheriff's office said. I would hope so. I hope she wasn't in the car for that. I hope she was standing there like, what are you doing? Redacted was charged with a felony crime mischief. I said felony and I said mischief. I just didn't put them together. But I got it. Listen, I'm all for some pettiness sometimes. Honestly, sometimes you need to go for broke. But there's a level. There's a limit. There's a lot of things you don't do. And that was one of the things you don't do. Because again, that wasn't even her property to do it to. But again, that's just me. Like, if you're gonna be petty to her property, not somebody else's. Because for all you know, that was her father's car, and now he tight. But anyway, yes, Kelsey, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that is deep down inside of you simply because of the day you were born. On to the next one. I was gonna do Garrick next to round out the Guilty Pleasure podcast, but I can't find his birthday, and like I said, I'm not gonna, with these things, I don't want to dig into people's personal lives too deeply. If it's on Google within like 1 second, I use it. If not, we ain't doing it, you know, out of respect for privacy. So I went with Jonny Cakes, who's been popping up more and more on the Try Guys, and honestly, I'm here for it because I love him. But anyway, like usual, I did a simple Google search, and I found out that Jonny Cakes' birthday is March 2nd. Now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Jonny is. And Jonny, your Florida man, is caught on camera. Florida man says he was speeding home for news about Putin. Okay. Before people freak out like, oh my god, is that happening this past year or whatever? No, this was 2022. So this was like 2 years ago now. A Florida man who was pulled over for speeding told the deputies he had to get home to find out more about what Russian President Vladimir Putin was planning. Why? That's what your phone is for. That is what the radio is for in your car. Like, there's a million and one things. Did you just need your news source on TV? Do you not trust the internet that much that you're like, I need the TV? You know, like, a Flagler County deputy said he pulled the driver over in Palm Coast last Thursday for running a stop sign and going 50 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone. Again, why? I don't think it's for all that, honestly, but let's keep reading. The deputy's body cam captured the moment when that driver gave his excuse. And the excuse? I just found out that Putin just said he's going to launch nuclear thermal war against the world, and I was trying to get back to my house to find out what's going on, the man said. So, you told the police that you should be allowed to speed home because you wanted to watch the news. Do you hear how that sounds? You basically just told the police, I'm speeding home for gossip. Because that's what it really is, because we're just getting word of mouth from certain people. So it's kind of like gossip. Just gossip with more weight. Take that how you will, okay? Like, you sped home to listen to the news. What were you gonna do? Again, you could have heard it on your phone, you could have read it on your phone, you could have heard it on the radio, in the car on the way home. Why were you speeding home to find that out? Unless, of course, you just used that as an excuse, which it also kind of feels like. But let's keep reading. The driver got a speeding ticket and another ticket for running a stop sign. I mean, yeah, why not? I'm just glad that the police weren't like, that makes sense, have a nice day, sir, and like let you go, you know? Speeding is speeding. I can understand letting people go from speeding when it comes to like emergencies, like, oh my god, my passenger's having a baby, they're injured, I just found out that my wife got hit by a car, some crazy shit like that. I can understand that. But what I can't understand is being like, I gotta get home now, I need to read the newspaper, or like, no. And I love when people feel like they're exempt from the law for the dumbest shit. I can understand that, like emergencies where you're rushing to the hospital. I can understand the police being like, okay, I understand, have a nice day, just drive safely. Or even like, hey, because I've witnessed this where they're like, I get it, we're gonna take you. Like sometimes a cop, if they're nice, will actually help you get to the place. So they're leading like a little parade, basically, where the cop's in front of you, you're behind them, and sometimes another cop car is like right behind. So you're sandwiched between two cops, and they're like speeding down the track, making sure that you get there safely and you're not going to cause any injuries. Things like that do happen, but it ain't going to happen for somebody to be like, I need to see the news. Like, no. No. But anyway, yes, Jonny, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that is deep down inside you simply because of the day you were born. I'm sorry. But yes, that is the video. That was another Try Guys one. Hopefully no chaos ensues like a week or two after this video uploads. Hopefully. Again, like I said, it was so funny that I was already feeling like, I feel like I'm a bit of a jinx. I feel like I'm a bit of a jinx to them. I feel bad. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, it's been enough time. I think we're good. Literally looks up Miles' birthday. And 12 hours later, I go online and I see that he made an announcement that he's leaving the Try Guys. I mean, he's still there because he's still part of the podcast, but he's not like an actual Try Guys employee, which is funny. So I'm kind of scared, like, once I upload this, what's going to happen to them? I'm sorry in advance. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I really enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and bing bong the ding dong down below to be alerted whenever I get a video. And until next time, why not check out some of my other stuff? I have some more Florida Men, some Fear Dreams, some Let's Play, some story time, some randomness. I have a little something for everybody. And while you're at it, why not share one of your favorite videos of mine with your friends? We could always use more friends on the channel. And until next time, bye! And remember, don't make other people's morning about yourself. I had more time to think about it, and honestly, the message in the bottle story just comes off gross to me. He just had to post that he did that. He could have just read it and be like, oop, and thrown it into the water again. End of story. But no, he went above and beyond. Ill.